y'all. We got another little Jeep body in the shop. I'm gonna show y'all. This is a, I'm not sure what year this is, 7980, but what we're doing is customers brought it. We're going ahead and tying the frame and everything together. So I'll kind of get in here and show y'all what we got going on. We already kind of started it. He's already done some work to this car. It's already got the front suspension, rear suspension, everything's finished on it. So we're basically just tying the frame together, trying to get everything ready for what's coming. But basically, you see what we did. We did our normal little outriggers on this to the side, tie that in. Got a little triangulated piece right there. I always go to these lower control arm boxes where they connect in the front just to kind of keep everything tight. Let's see if I can zoom out for y'all. You can kind of see better. Like I said, so basically what we got is it all the way up through the front, tied all the way into those lowers in the rear, and then what we did is you can kind of see above the drive shaft here, add us a bar above the exhaust. That way it kind of ties it together also, because the problem with these G-bodies, you can see open frame rail, right? So C-channel, so they're just weak. So that kind of takes some of that shuffle out of it. Like I said, we do it all out of chromoly. You can see here, it's tucked up tight. I mean, basically we just follow the bottom of the floor pan. That way you can't see it from the side of the car. I do like to always tie these together here, you know, a couple spots down the side, just because it keeps it from flexing. I mean, that's kind of the whole point of this, is to keep the car stiffer. But that kind of gives you an idea. That's what we're working on right now. Like I said, all the rear suspension's done. Like I said, you can kind of see a little bit better what we got going on right there. So basically just got everything tied together. We got to finish welding it, so we'll get everything welded up, cleaned up, and painted, and we'll show you how it turns out. All right, y'all. They ain't gonna fit. Nah, you can try, they might fit. You just have to beat on the tubs a little bit. Oh yeah. Got it? I'm trying to clean up this spot a little bit. So these are our gussets right here. So this is basically a G-body brace frame kit. We build our own. You can buy them. There's a couple different companies that make them. But this is going to be one set up for a car with tailpipes. So you can see the cross member goes up. What we got right here, this will be this piece. We'll actually tie this piece to this piece. So you'll kind of see once we cut our angle in that back section right there, it'll actually tie this lower torque box together. And that's what this is right here. We just had a couple drops. We call them drops, basically just pieces left over chromoly. So we'll cut that down and put our angle on the back side, and then we'll actually make that our back corner. He's welding it right now. Try to TIG weld everything. See right there, we got. Let me get too close. All right, so this is what we got so far. Like I said, we're gonna put exhaust on this one, so we flip actually cut out the full cross member and flip this piece up. It also has the rear end that's in there. It's got a lowered pinion, so it kind of gives us a little bit more room on the drive shaft. All right, but basically what we did, we got our crossbar first. I don't know if you kind of seen in the video. All right, like when we do these, you can buy kits already pre-notched, and that's, you know, that's fine. But the way I do it, kind of like a little bit of a cheat code, is drill you an 1 5/8 hole in here, and then you can leave this part just a little bit long, and you don't have to worry about having to notch this piece. And you usually wind up with about a probably 1/2 inch overhang on the inside. It was actually strong instead of it being just butted against it on that particular bar. Did the same thing over here. So like I said, we got these are the kickers. This is really one of the more important pieces of it. You want to tie this lower control arm. You know, where the lower control arm bolts up on the frame, you want to tie that to this, because a lot of times that you get these cars, you can tell right here, this one's never done. It's, you know, it's kind of a never been raced car, so it's not dented or anything, but these pieces will actually twist up and touch the bottom of the floor right here. But so we got those pieces on. We got to finish a couple little welds. Got this one on. Got to finish welding it in, and then we've got our one side here. This is the one that runs all the way to the frame. Now you can do them different ways. I personally, you see how tight it is to the floor. Back at the back, I don't like them to hang down really low under the car. You know, it goes all the way up to the frame, and basically what that does, it's like a subframe connector. Now, even though it's a full frame car, if you look right here, these frames are, hang on a second. Those are full frame cars, but it's an open channel, so this actually helps a lot to get a lot of the flex out of the car. So you can see we got that running up to the front. You can build the transmission cross member off of it. You can X them out if you want to. Like I said, we still got to do this side over here. It's not in there yet, but we will get that in there, and I'll show you what it looks like. All right, so we got everything finished up on this. Like I said, basically what we did is we did our little side-to-side cross member here. We got our little outrigger from the lower control arm out. Basically what we did on that, so it just kind of slid it into the bar that goes all the way to the front. Got all that TIG welded, everything's in place. What we're going to do too is something you've got to keep in mind. Like I said, if you do run one of these, a lot of the kits, they do sell gussets that come from the side. So once we get our transmission crossmember made, we will make like a little gusset that kind of tie it to the side of the frame. You don't necessarily have to use a chromoly crossmember, but we will, just because it's lighter. So when we get ready to put the motor and trans in it, we'll go back and add that little piece. Like I said, we got everything painted up, got the wheels looking good, everything's TIG welded. I will recommend on these things, and we haven't done it yet on this one, but we're going to, you can see it's still got the factory bolts in it. Well, a lot of these arms, they come with 1/2 inch bolt holes. So we're gonna upgrade the bolts and get a little hardware kit. Same thing with the uppers. You look up in here, still got the factory bolts in it. So I do recommend changing them out to upgrade them to a 1/2 inch bolt. Just something that kind of make it a little bit stronger. But that's pretty much it. Like I said, I can kind of see everything. That's her finished up. Like I said, we just got to add the cross member, add 2 little gussets, and it should be ready to go. Alright, so we got a little Monte Carlo. I'm going to show you. This is basically, we're going to take these factory tubs. And you see right here, we got our line drawn. We're going to split the tub right on the edge of the seam of the body. And then we're going to cut it and then slide it over 2.5 inches. That way it still retains the factory tub. We still get the back seat back in it. We're just going to widen it. Instead of having to build a whole new custom set. It's a little cleaner. But that'll kind of show you what we're doing on it. Alright, so as you see, we got one tub cut out. You can kind of see where we got our lines cut on that one. So basically now what we're going to do is go cut our piece back. We'll go ahead and widen it. We'll add our strip to it. And then we'll finish it all off and get them put back in. This is the tub we cut out of it. Like I said, always leave a lip. That way we can put it back over. Seam it, you'll never know it's been done. Like I said, we cut it flush on this one edge, and we'll just add us our 2.5 inches right here, so we'll be able to fit a 12-inch wheel under here without any problems. Kind of makes it turn out a little nicer. Alright guys, so we're back in here. A little rainy today. This is a little Monte Carlo we've been working on. I'm just kind of show you what we did to it. We got it finished up now. We got a couple of odds and ends to do. It needs to, still got to lower it a little more in the rear. You're gonna have to probably get a little lighter spring, but kind of give y'all a little walk around. I'll show y'all some of the work we did on it. But as you can see, we got the wheelwood disc brakes on the front, drop spindles, put a rack and pinion and everything on it. Kind of same thing on the rear. Got the wheelwood on the rear. It's got a 9-inch in it. It's been narrowed up. So what we did on it, we mini tubbed it. I'm gonna kind of show y'all because a lot of people ask us. But you know, you can mini tub these cars, still keep back seats. You can mini tub them and still drive them around every day, like for street application. You don't have to necessarily. And everybody thinks when you say tub a car, it turns it into a race car, but you can do it and keep it to where it's a street car. You don't necessarily have to put these big gaudy tubs in it. So we'll get in here and show y'all what we did on that. And you'll see in the video too where we actually did the tubs. So basically what we got in here, move some of the stuff out of the way. All right, so what we got in here, you can see, I'll show y'all a couple things. All right, so that basically just looks like a factory tub. You know, what we did is split the tub, widened it roughly 2 inches, you know, made our strip, and then widened the actual tub about 2 inches, stretched it over. Kind of the same thing on this side, and we just seam sealed everything back, welded it, slid them back together, and then basically it gives you that extra clearance that you're going to want for the tires. And then you can see also, and I'll show you on the bottom once we get the car raised up, but you can see that little plate there that goes into the back seat. What that does is, you know, when you tie these cars in on the bottom, the way we do it, you can do it a couple different ways. You can flip that bar down. There's a crossbar, it's 1 5/8. I know a lot of y'all know about tying in G-bodies. A lot of, you know, seen it before. So, but what that does is, I like to flip them up if possible, just because it gives us more clearance for exhaust. Plus, you don't have nothing hanging under the car. Like if you see this car riding down the road from the side, you're not going to see a bunch of stuff hanging. So that kind of gives you a little bit more room, makes it a little bit nicer. So that's pretty much it on the inside. I mean, you know, it's fairly simple. Like I said, all you basically have to do is just cut your factory tub out. You know, cut it right on this edge. Add your strip to it. We always TIG it in, and then we wind up coming back and seam sealing everything back together. And then, you know, when you get done, it really looks like a factory tub. You can't really tell anything's really been done to it unless you just kind of know what you're looking at. But that kind of makes it nice, clean. You can still run a back seat, still put carpet in it. It doesn't really get in the way of anything. But I will get the car in. I'll get under the trunk, pop the hood, and show y'all a couple other things we did to it also. Alright, so I'm back out here again. Had to get a screwdriver, you know, fresh paint, doesn't have a trunk lock in it yet, so had to go find a screwdriver to open it. So you can kind of see basically what we did back here also. Same thing, just split the tub, widened it. You know, you can do them several different ways. You can buy tubs. I mean, the only problem I don't like with buying tubs for these cars or buying an aftermarket tub is you can kind of see how that tub's rounded on the corner right there. When you buy a tub, they normally kind of squared off, so you lose a lot of the room that you would have, you know, for tire clearance and for back seats, stuff like that. When it's, you know, you lose tire clearance actually with a rounded off corner, but with a squared off tub, it like kind of kills you for having a back seat. So that's why I like to do this. If it's gonna be a street car, I like to use the factory tub and widen them, and it's easy on a Monte Carlo to widen them. So, but as you can see, we did delete the spare tire wheel. Same thing, cut it out to fit the hole. You know, TIG'd it in, sealed everything up. But I mean, you can kind of tell as you see. I mean, to look at it, I mean, you really wouldn't know anything's been done back here unless you just kind of know what you're looking at. So I mean, it's a simple job, keeps it real streetable, makes it nice. Like I said, it makes it to where, I mean, it says you still do need to reattach the trunk hinges. Let me shut this trunk down and I'll go around and show you the front. But like I said, it just makes for a clean look. Like I said, the car's got 15 by 12s on the back, and it's got 17s on the front. So, but basically up here, the usual, it's got TRZ, upper and lower control arms. You know, I know y'all hear me talking about it a lot. I like their stuff a lot. It fits nice, works really well. It's got a set of AFCO shocks and everything on the front. And you can see it's got a rack kit on it. I like rack just because it does away, you know, you get rid of all the manual gearbox and everything, so it kind of makes it nice. But that's just basically their rack and pinion kit. Got the steering and all, you know, basically hooked back up so to get it some clearance for our headers. But that's pretty much it on the hood. What I'll do now is I'll raise it up and show you the frame brace kit we did under the bottom. Kind of show y'all what we got going on under there. Like I said, I'm gonna start in the future, you know, actually showing a little bit more in detail of us actually doing more work on them, just because people are asking to see more of the work going into it. But as you can see, man, it's a super nice car, really clean. You know, I kind of hated to cut on this one, honestly, just because it's so nice. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's not hurting it. I mean, he's going to have it a really nice street car at the end of the day, so it'll still be really nice. Yeah. All right, so this is what we got on the bottom right here. Let me show you what we got. Like I said, you can see the drop spindles. It's raining here, so that's why everything's covered in water. But got AFCO shocks on the front, TRZ upper and lowers. Got a rack kit on. Gotta see we got everything bolted up. But this is what we got going on here in the rear. This is what I wanted to show you. So this is our crossover bars for our frame brace tie-in kit. As you can see, we went up through the floor right here. It's 5/8" chromoly. Pretty much typical what we always use. Everything TIG welded. Back up and get you a good view of it. You can see we go across frame to frame from side to side to the torque boxes and all the way back up to the front. And this one's also got a chromoly cross member in it for the transmission. And this is your lower torque box adjustable. I don't remember which brand this one is, but I think it's a AA if I'm not mistaken. But adjustable torque box on the lower, tire bar into there. Same thing on this side, double adjustable. And then up here we've got our double adjustable upper box. Let me back up here. You can kind of see it just goes frame to frame. Ties in. We got our anti-roll bar TRZ. And if you back up, you can kind of see. Got a little Moser 9-inch in it. It's been narrowed up. Got our TRZ drop brackets for the control arms. Got the AFCOs on the back. Like I said, the wheelwood brakes. Just a nice, clean little street setup. Like I said, we try to keep it tucked up. You can see from the bottom now, if I kind of pan back, everything's tucked up out of the way, so that way when you do run the exhaust on it, it won't get in the way of anything. But that's it from the bottom. Just nice, clean work. Get it on the ground, I'll show y'all again. All right, so there you go. Little finished product for you. Like I said, it's still gonna be lowered in the back, so don't be talking about it's 4-wheel drive, because it ain't gonna be. But that's it, all finished up. Alright, we're back. This is a little, I think it's 85, 86 SS Monte Carlo. It's a buddy of mine's car. So what he did is, got to fit the wheels, typical thing, you know, we're fitting the wheels on it. He bought some 20-inch welds. We're gonna fit them on there. And then we did an 8/8 swap in the rear. You know, anytime on a G-body, when you go from that 7.5 to an 8/8, the 8/8's actually wider. So I think we wound up taking two inches out of each side in the rear. But I'll kind of show you, we already pretty much got it done, but I'll show you what some of the work went into it. Kind of show y'all what we got. Basically on the front, we didn't have to do anything, the wheels bolt right up. He is gonna come back later and put drop spindles on it and put a bigger brake kit on the front. That'll be kind of what he's doing next. But what we did in the rear, get back here, kind of dark in here, it's cold, we got doors down. So we did our normal C-notch. We tried to do this one, like I said, he's real picky. So as you can see, we TIG welded it all in. Makes it a little cleaner. You know, not everybody wants to spend the kind of money to TIG everything, but you know, it does make a nicer job. You can see it, I mean, the welds lay flat. You don't get as much trash, you know, in the car. And then something we did also, which you can kind of see right here, I'll get the light in here. Replaced all the body bushings on the car. Now this is not a race car. He still street drives this car. So we wound up putting urethane bushings in it all the way through. You can kind of see that one up there also. So it's got C-notch in the rear. We got a 8/8 in the rear also. We just bought a set of UMI arms for the lowers. They sell kits, you know, everybody knows they sell kits to swap these things. The only thing I don't particularly like about the kits is you have a, you know, basically a bracket that bolts in here, and then it kind of changes the length of the arm. So what we do is we just machine the bushings. I order a set of UMI arms, and we machine the bushings, make them fit up here to get our offset right, because the ears on an 8/8 are over to the sides further out than on a 7.5. So what we'll do is we'll machine our bushing here, and then we actually cut the arms and shorten them, and we actually slide them through, and then, you know, weld the back side and the front side. So it actually makes it a lot stronger than the way they come, because originally, like these arms, you can see they actually just come butt welded to this face of this bracket. So it's actually not that strong anyway. But got a set of Viking coilovers on the rear. I'll get it raised up and let me show you some of the stuff that you did on the bottom of it. All right, so what we got under the bottom, like I said, you can see we got our coilovers and stock location up top. They actually sell a kit that bolts to the 8/8, but you know, just like anything else, once you know, anytime they say something fits, it usually don't. So just kind of keep that in mind. You're gonna have to modify some stuff, and especially on an 8/8, you know, they hang different, you know, when they're in the air. So you just got to make sure that when you set everything and weld everything in place, that it's on the ground at right height, because the angles of everything's changed a little bit. You want to make sure your pinion angle's right. But what we did on this car here, since it's going to be a street car, we did our normal side-to-side bar, chromoly inch and 5/8. You can kind of see. Let me get this flashlight again. Hang on one second. All right, so what we did, you see it's all TIG welded. It actually goes, the way I do mine, or the way we do ours, I should say, we actually drill a hole through the frame and let it slide through the frame a little bit. I believe it's stronger. And on this particular car here, since we had to slide the bar back further, we just gusseted a triangle bracket right there to the lower control arm, because that's really the weak point on these frames. That lower control arm mount will twist up on you. And then what we did is, it actually goes through the floor, as you can see. So basically what that bar does is to keep it from being super low and hanging under the car and ugly, we actually tuck it up under the back seat. And what that does is it gives us more room for exhaust, gives us more room for ground clearance when the car's sitting low. Also, something to kind of keep in mind is the reason we go up through the floor. So if you took this bar and you brought it here and you put it on top of this bracket, it'd be 1.5 inches lower. So your drive shaft already is getting close. So it would just be really close. It would hang really low, be in the way, drive shaft potentially rub it. This car is getting an engine swap. So right now it's just got the small block that it came with it, but it's not actually going to be the engine that's in it when it's all said and done. So what we'll do is once we get, you can see too also, I mean, you can tell, let me get back from the side of the car, it's tucked up really tight. You can't see it. So what we'll do is once he gets the engine in it, if he decides to, we can go on later on and add actual bracket to it, or add actual another bars to the front that go all the way to the front, and that'll help tie the frame in the rest of the way. But as you can see, we kind of got our drive shaft rigged up just so we can kind of move the car around still. We just took the 8/8 and the 10 bolt or the 7.5 drive shaft and welded them together, but that is temporary, so I do not recommend that. But as you can see, that's kind of wraps it up on the bottom. Nice little 8/8. Like I said, the bar's tucked in, got some nice upper and lowers, got all new body bushings all the way around, and then I'll set it down on the ground and let y'all see what it looks like with the wheels on it. All right, so there she is sitting on the ground. As you can see, no more sticking out looking crazy. Everything looks good. Now, like I said, he is gonna lower the front a little bit more. Like it's we have it a little bit lower in the rear right now, just because he's gonna wind up setting the front down a little bit more. So we'll probably wind up bringing the back down probably about another inch or so, depending on how it looks once the front. I mean, it looks pretty good where it is, but I think he's gonna want to drop it just a little bit more. One thing I didn't mention, and you should know this pretty much if you mess with cars, but on the 8/8, of course, different lug pattern, so you just got to keep that in mind when you order your axles. You don't want to order axles with a Ford pattern if you've already got your wheels, because Chevrolet and Ford has a different lug pattern. You know, it's kind of common, but I mean, if you've been around cars, you pretty much know that already. But that's pretty much us right there sitting down. It's dirty, of course. That's a real nice original car. Like I said, we got the back probably, I think we wound up taking about 2 inches off the rear, so it sits really good. But sharp car. Like I said, I can't wait to see once he gets the motor swap done. Maybe he'll let us do a little footage of that. It's gonna be a pretty nice little setup. So we'll get him to bring it back out once he gets the spindles on. We'll do another little video of it and let y'all check it out then. Stay tuned. All right, y'all, we're back at it. Got another frame brace kit. You can kind of tell on this car we did some suspension work on this one. Got upper and lowers. Has a rack conversion on it. It's a little dark today, so it's rainy, but this is kind of what they look like before they start. I want to show y'all. Like I said, on these videos, this is just a compilation of different G-body frame notches. But so basically, starts out like that. Just some chromoly. We haven't put any bends in it yet. So that's your 2 long runs that go to the frame. And as you can see on this car here, we haven't really done anything yet. This car is a little rusty. You can see it's got some patches they've been putting in the floor. It's not really a big deal for what we're doing because, like I said, we're gonna have some cage in it. Car's gonna be tied together anyway, so it don't really matter. But this is basically what we'll do. We'll start on our first run. Let me see if I can zoom this camera in a little bit. We always try to get a nice tight fit. That way we can TIG weld everything. That's the secret. I mean, honestly, if you can't, if it's more than a, you know, say an 1/8 inch, you're not gonna weld it. It's not gonna look good. So that's the big thing about TIG welding. It needs to be a nice fit. But that's basically gonna be the start of it right there. You see, we don't have this side on or here. Nothing's on it yet. But that'll be the start of it. Like I said, this car's got a quick performance 9 inch. Like I said, we're gonna do a frame brace kit on it. I'll kind of show y'all this one as we go. And this one here, I believe we're gonna do, we've showed them before, so, you know, normally you'll come and we'll do our crossbar. We used to go up under the car. Let me see if I can zoom back out of this thing real quick. So we used to go up under the car and flip the bar down. But we kind of changed how we do them now, just because exhaust, mostly on these street cars, you know, it makes it a pain in the neck if you're trying to put exhaust on them. So what we'll do is we'll actually go over it, do our bar above the brace, and that'll ties it all the way together, you know, down the middle basically right here. So I'll show y'all that as we go along with it, and that kind of helps stiffen the car. That's what really keeps these things from twisting. You can see, I think I've showed you before, but I mean, it's just a C-channel frame, right? There's just nothing there. So, but we'll kind of keep y'all updated on how this one's going as we progress. Alright, so we got the two little side supports in. You see basically what we did is we did a little connection out to the side of the frame here. Run straight to the back lower control arm mount. It's also triangulated right there. And that runs all the way back up to the front. Same on this side. You can see we kind of got the, move this lead out of the way. Same deal, a little outrigger to the side of the frame, kind of helps stabilize it. Then also up here, triangulate to this spot. Now what we're going to do is we're going to build this center cross member. Back it up. And we'll show how that goes in. But that's what we got so far anyway. A little better than the old school way. Manual. Let's see here. Got a black marker. Yeah, we just got to mark this side. Alright, so that's the start of it right there. Let's see what we got here. Maybe the center cross member. Just gotta make a couple marks and bend the next section. Pretty good. All right, so we got this one wrapped up. You can see what we got here. We went ahead and got everything painted up, got everything sealed up. Like I said, what we'll do now is we left room. We'll come through instead of, you know, G-body cross members, so we won't use a factory style or one of the G-force or anything like that. We'll actually build a chromoly cross member once he decides what powertrain is going to go in this thing. But we'll actually build something that goes across it. And we'll come across through there and do 2 little tabs, weld our tabs to the frame. And as you can see right there, that's our little crossbar. See if I can back up and get a good video of it for you. All right, so we do them that way. We've changed how we do them just because that gives you more room for your exhaust. You can still run, you know, a 3-inch, 3.5-inch exhaust in here. So it gives us a little bit of room. You can kind of see it just tucks up in there, keeps it away from the dry shaft. Keeps everything kind of nice, tight up out of the way. But that's going to finish us up on that one. Like I said, we got it all welded. That's just kind of their different variations, like I said, different frame brace kits. But that gives you some ideas. Hope you enjoyed it.